So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the van build. Now, I need to update you all because there's been a few things that have happened off camera since I released the last video. So first up, we've managed to get the big drawer which we built in the last episode in place now on some runners, which you can see just under there. So that's in now, which is pretty good. These cupboards up here have now got their hinge and support in there, which is fairly straightforward. And then coming around the side, obviously all the cupboard fronts that we were building in the previous episode, fitted a few of those now. Might have to redo a couple because they're warping a bit. Stuck on an 18mm piece of ply onto the front of these drawers as well. That still obviously needs to be painted. Now in this space we're going to have the fridge. So above that again put in just another shaker style, which is just on a hinge, so to kind of block that away, kind of use the top of the fridge as sort of like a shelf. And then obviously these drawers are now in place as well, as all the varnish is dried and the front's on and painted, and the same goes for this bottom piece, which obviously covers up the electrics. So yeah, that's pretty much what has happened since we've gone. So what I'm going to crack on again with now is probably just painting these few bits, and then in the next day or two we need to redo a few of these ones because they've changed as this drawer is now in place. These don't really quite fit, so I'm going to have to redo a few of them. But yeah, getting really close to the finishing line now, but still got to do a few bits and bobs, so I'm going to crack on. Okay, so whilst everything is drying all about, what I'm going to do is try and wire up my water pump. So I'll explain briefly how this works. So I've got a positive and negative wire here which runs all the way to my electrics over there. I'll then connect that to one of these which runs up to the tap, which is pretty much, you'll hear it, just a switch that basically turns it on and then allows the water to come through. So that is pretty much just one loop, obviously with the cut-off up there. So the positive will go to that, and then down at the water pump, obviously you've got positive and neg, they'll all be hooked in as well, and that then just basically sends a little turbine which pumps water up with blue tube, which connects up into the back of the sink here. Testing. Yeah, voltage, and then on here, well, it's not screwed in, but that's a normal sort of car cigarette lighter, and then a couple USBs in there as well. Sick. Okay, so I've just come back inside now for the time being because I've got this old temper mattress which has been cut in half, and essentially I'm just going to use that or the foam from that to make my own bed. Now obviously because it's been split down the middle, it's going to be a bit botched job. I'm going to have to cut a slice here, cut a bit there, and then do 2 bits there. But if you look, it's in 2 parts, so I might potentially peel them apart from each other. And then I've got a second, like, sort of mattress topper, which I can use as kind of the top bit, so there isn't sort of loads and loads of cracks and creases in the main bed, basically. So yeah, I'm just going to start chopping this up into perfect sizes for the van. This bottom piece of the mattress is actually sort of spongier, more comfortable than the memory foam top, so I'm actually going to switch them around and use the other piece. Where I'm up to at the minute, it doesn't look great, to be honest. Basically, these bits of foam are just a bit too big, so they need to be recut slightly. But obviously, my slats are slightly separated, so I might, depending on how this feels. Oh, actually, it's pretty good. Okay, so the mattress is pretty much done. You can see how it works, basically. The piece, which is obviously in 2 here, is just the piece that goes there. Now what I'm probably going to do is nip to B&Q and grab a piece of 6mm ply and just use that as like a little bottom piece, so that essentially I can glue this onto that piece of wood, so that it stays as 1 cushion rather than 2. But that is obviously the backrest there. This bit will just be like where the pillows usually go. Bit frustrating obviously about this having to be the other way up, because I cut this corner out, but obviously I didn't know that yet because I thought I might use the memory foam bit as well. But yeah, it works really nicely. Obviously this will still have a cover on it, so to be honest I barely think I'll feel these little bumps anyway, and they might actually be more comfy than normal. So yeah, pretty pleased with the result. But I think, don't know what's next, we'll find out. Okay, so I just ran to B&Q really quickly and picked up a piece of 6mm MDF, which is basically just going to stick to the back of that, so that it can all operate as 1 piece. And whilst I was gone, the Amazon man arrived and delivered all of my sort of drawer fronts and stuff, all different sizes and shapes, so I'm going to start fitting those basically, so yeah. Next up, I literally just bought this £5 doormat from B&Q. It doesn't actually fill the entire bit, but so I think what I'll do is just sort of cut a corner there, and just kind of have it sitting sort of central in there. Maybe that'll look a bit crap, I don't know. I'll put it in. If it's shit, it was only a £5. I think just to stick it down, I'm going to use that spray-on adhesive, which I've been using for the auto carpet, because it works quite well. So. Okay, so we are getting really close now. Managed to get the vertical bow sort of mostly out of this door, but there's still a little bit of one here. So when you put this there, it's a bit of a gap, but I think that will be able to be closed, hopefully. We'll have to see, but might just have to live with it for the time being, or potentially make a new door, we'll see. But yeah, pretty pleased with the result. We're getting really close to finishing now. The next thing that's on the agenda, whether I have time tonight or not, is to get these cupboards that are going to be the doors, obviously, for under the bed. Then it's a case of literally just fixing everything down, a bit of upholstery for the mattresses, and sourcing a projector and a screen. And then we are good to go.
Fire the way you breathe. Can I take you home tonight?